In a remote Igbo village surrounded by thick forests and hills, lived a woman named Amara. She was 32, past the typical age of marriage in her community, and had suffered heartbreak after heartbreak. While her friends married and started families, Amara remained single. Villagers gossiped about her, questioning what might be wrong with her that no man would stay. Despite the whispers, Amara yearned for true love and a family of her own. Every day, Amara would walk to the village stream to fetch water, passing by the ancient trees where elders said spirits dwelled. Her only companion was her dog, Muna, a faithful and gentle creature that never left her side. Amara loved Muna deeply, as he had been her only comfort during lonely nights and the many sorrows she had faced. One evening, as she walked home with Muna, she encountered an old woman from a neighboring village. The woman was known for her mystical insights and had a reputation for seeing beyond the physical. She beckoned Amara over and looked into her eyes with an intensity that made Amara's heart race. "You have a strong spirit, but a broken heart," the woman said in a raspy voice. "The love you seek is rare, and not of this world. But perhaps, it has already found you." Amara felt chills run down her spine. "What do you mean, Mama?" she asked. The old woman smiled knowingly. "You are searching for the one who will love you beyond human bounds. Only a creature with a truly faithful heart can fulfill that promise." The cryptic words stayed with Amara, haunting her thoughts. What could the old woman mean? At night, she couldn't help but think about Muna, her loyal dog, who had been with her through everything. Was it possible that Muna, who had never left her side, was part of this prophecy? Days turned to weeks, and Amara grew increasingly convinced that Muna held a special place in her life beyond mere companionship. She even dreamed of him, visions filled with warmth, loyalty, and undying love. Villagers noticed her growing attachment to Muna and began to whisper. Some laughed, while others warned her family, saying that her connection to a dog was unnatural. Yet, Amara was resolute. She no longer cared for what people thought. She knew her heart and believed that love could come in any form. One day, during a village festival, she made a declaration that would shock everyone. In front of the gathering, she spoke. "I have waited too long for love. I have given my heart to men who broke it, but Muna has been with me through it all. He is faithful, loyal, and kind. I know this sounds strange, but I have made up my mind. I am marrying Muna because he is the only one who has shown me what true love is." The villagers gasped in horror, their laughter turning into shocked silence. Some called her mad, while others pitied her. Her family was devastated, but Amara stood firm. She dressed in a simple, white wrapper and wore coral beads, just as any bride would. Holding Muna by her side, she went through a symbolic marriage ceremony in her compound, with only a few close family members and some sympathetic villagers watching. As she held Muna close, she whispered, "Thank you for never leaving me, Muna. You are my heart." Life went on, and gradually, the villagers accepted Amara's choice. In time, they noticed how content she was with her life, no longer yearning or looking for acceptance. Some began to respect her for her courage to stand against societal expectations. Months later, during a particularly harsh rainy season, Muna fell ill. Amara did everything she could to save him, consulting with herbalists and staying up all night by his side. But the illness worsened, and eventually, Muna passed away in her arms. Amara was heartbroken. She buried him in her compound, under the tree where they had spent countless days together. Villagers came to console her, and for the first time, many realized the depth of her love for Muna. They saw how his presence had transformed her loneliness into peace, and some even came to believe that she had experienced a love purer than most could understand. Years later, when people in the village spoke of Amara, they did so with admiration. Her story became a local legend of love, loyalty, and courage. They remembered her not as the woman who married a dog but as the woman who dared to follow her heart, even if it led her down an unconventional path. Amara lived out her days peacefully, often visiting Muna's grave to share her day with him. She never married another, for in her heart, she had already experienced the purest form of love. The villagers learned that love transcends form, and Amara's tale became one that mothers told their daughters, reminding them that true love is rare and, sometimes, comes in ways one would never expect.